Monique.
Michael.
It's amazing. It's quite overwhelming to think that you were there looking after me. Even to say that, looking after me. I mean, you didn't know who I was or anything, and I think, you know, the people who looked after me were maybe my mum and dad when I was a kid, or my wife or something, and yet there you were doing it. It's just, it's your work, but you do it, don't you? I mean, how do you do it? How do you find in yourself the spirit and the will to look after these people who you don't know?
The way I do it is I see that you could be my dad. I look after my patients as if they're my relatives. That's my job, and nobody else can do that at that time for that patient. So for me, looking after you is something that brings me great joy. You know, and seeing you recover now, it's even like, wow, you know, I get such great satisfaction from it.
It worked.
It worked. It did work.
Yes. Is doing it difficult? I'm going to put it that way. Is it actually difficult? It's difficult physically, but is it difficult emotionally as well?
It's very difficult physically and emotionally. I mean, especially during the time that you were with us, we were under so much pressure. We normally have one patient that's critically ill, and we were looking after 2, 3, 4, 5, and some of my colleagues 6 patients at a time. So for me, I like particularly, and all of my colleagues, we like to give the best care that we possibly can. And at that time, because we couldn't grow extra arms or legs,
yeah.
I felt a lot of guilt because I felt that I wasn't able to, because I physically couldn't give the best care I possibly could. So for that reason, it was even more difficult.
I bet. And also, you were in a national crisis. You must have gone home in the evening, turn on the telly, and these statistics coming out and so on. And there you were. I mean, the expression was used as on the front line. I mean, is that what you felt like? Did you feel you were at the very cutting edge of the stuff that was coming out of the telly?
Oh, definitely. And it just didn't stop, because in my family, I'm the only nurse. So with what's going on the news, you finish a long shift or day shift or night shift, and you come home and you've got your relatives asking you what's going on. It never stopped. Yes. You leave work, but work never stopped, and it's on the telly, it's everywhere. It's even, you know, the claps, it's a constant reminder that there's this very important job that needs to be done that we have to do.
And I guess we're still figuring out what it's all been about and how we've responded to it and so on. Now, for me, I mean, one of the wonderful things is that you folks on the ward, you wrote this wonderful thing for me, the patient diary, which I call the very patient diary, by the way. Sorry, bad joke. But anyway, I do call it that because you do feel so patient. Yeah. I mean, tell me about these patient diaries. Were you keeping several of them at the same time? I mean,
so we tried to keep a patient diary for all the patients, and before the pandemic, this was something we did. It was very difficult to fill that out, so I would fill that out at the end of a shift. Just I'd say how your day went, if there were any changes. It depends how your day has gone. So if it's been really good, if it's a special day, like on your birthday when I cared for you, I'd want to point that out. And it's more for the patient, but the relatives as well. So during that time, we didn't have visitors, so you'd want to put something in there that maybe even your wife maybe could read later and understand what happened that day. I know we did keep in contact with, and we do keep in contact with the relatives, but you're sedated, you're asleep, you don't know what's happening, and it's really nice to see how much this has done for you actually, Michael, because I couldn't tell you what was happening that day, you're not going to remember, but you know, now that you've recovered, it's really nice when you're ready that you can look back and see how your day went, and you know, you can actually fill in the gaps. I think that's the best way to put it.
Absolutely, because it feels, from my point of view, it almost feels like I went away to another place. I mean, I described it as I went to the land of the dead. I was nicking that from an old story, you know, from the Odyssey, the idea that Odysseus, he gets to the land of the dead and he manages to get out again, which is, I thought, hey, I've done that as well. Lucky. And Odysseus, he knows what it's like when he went there, but I didn't. That's the difference. And I went there, and so you've managed to sort of tell me, you've written the story. And let me just, I mean, you know it, but you and Sophie, I think it was, who was the physiotherapist, And you said you were treated to a rendition of Happy Birthday from about 15 ICU staff around your bedside, and a round of applause from staff and one of the other patients.
Yes.
Which is...
Well, it was very challenging getting all those nurses, I'll tell you that much. I mean, Sophie was amazing going around and recruiting, and we had to we had to try and squeeze it in between, oh, I'm just, you know, one nurse saying, I'm just about to do my drugs, or we're like, okay, 5 minutes, will you be ready in 5 minutes? Will you be ready in 5 minutes? You know, but I was on a mission. We were all on a mission. We really wanted to do that for you, and we tried to do that for all our patients. And we FaceTimed your wife, and it felt really nice.
And did I respond? I mean, or did I just sort of sit there, and did I hear you singing Happy Birthday?
I think from your reactions that you did hear us singing Happy Birthday. We used the iPads, and you seemed to be engaged, and you know, you were certainly different to what you were when we weren't singing. Let's put it that way. So I felt that you heard me, and everybody else around, and all the claps.
And you didn't sing the Stevie Wonder version. You sang the
Next time.
Next time. Okay. Okay.
Well, so, I don't actually want there to be a next time.
Okay, but yeah, happy birthday. No, never mind. That's lovely. And the idea that you recruited those other nurses to sing it to me. It's weird, isn't it? I mean, I've got no memory of this at all, and all I've got are your words and the pictures from your words of what it was.
Yeah. You had nurses singing from their bed spaces, the ones that couldn't leave their patients.
Right. God. And, okay, crazy question. Why did you do that?
Well, for me, I felt if you were at home, your family would be doing that for you. I'd like to think that your family would want you to feel special on your birthday, and not because you're in hospital. It doesn't mean that we can't do a little celebration, even if it's just singing Happy Birthday. It's something I would want for myself.
Yes. Well, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. And these diaries, do you know, I don't know if you know this, but at first, you know, I couldn't bear to read it. I hope you're not offended by that.
No,
but
not
what
at
happened
all.
was it sat on the kitchen table there like that,
Yep.
and Emma said, "There's patient diary there," and I'd go, "Yeah, yeah," and then I'd sort of like move it round a bit like that.
Yep,
and
yep.
I think I kind of opened it and glanced at it and thought, "Oh, it's a lot of writing," and I couldn't bear to do it. But it took me a long time actually, even when we were making the choice of which letters to put in.
Yep.
I left it to the editor here to do because I still couldn't bear to read it.
Yeah.
It's sort of almost like it was a taboo for me.
Yeah. Well, one of the things we do in the trust is, so like yourself, patients who have gone home and recovered and they've taken their diaries with them, we offer a follow-up clinic where they come back and they can bring their diary with them, and they can, you know, ask any questions that they feel were unanswered. They get the chance to meet the staff within the unit. And what you're saying now is what I've sat in quite a few of those meetings, and what you're saying now is what a lot of people say. It takes them a little while to even get that book open, because I cannot imagine how disorientating it is missing a chunk of your life and then wanting to know because it's there in front of you, but then again thinking, do I really want to read this? It must be extremely emotive reading that you were sedated, or, you know, that you couldn't do anything for yourself, especially if you're an independent person before coming into hospital. So a lot of them report that they want to know, but they're a bit scared of what they're going to read in there. You know, it must be difficult reading that you were fighting with us.
Yes, you know? There's the fighting bit, and you say that I'm flapping my arms about and a bit delirious. And there's another one that I've been quite sort of amused by almost. I think, was it you? But anyway, somebody said that my blood pressure was yo-yoing.
Yes.
It was going up. That sounds quite funny. What? That meant that 1 minute was quite high, next minute very low.
Yes. So you can imagine when you get agitated, or you know you're uncomfortable, and that you don't have no other way than to flap your arms about to show that you're uncomfortable. What happens is your blood pressure goes up the more agitated you get. But when you slept, your blood pressure would drop, which would then panic us because we're like, oh gosh. So I remember night shifts where I kept waking you up just because I was a bit worried about your blood pressure
just
dropping.
Just going to head on down.
Evil, but I'm like, oh, Michael, you know, yeah, hello there.
Are you there, Michael?
Are you there?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, well, wonderful. Are the nights lonely?
Not when I'm with you.
That's too nice. That's not
That is
fair.
really
Go
nice.
on. Are the nights lonely?
Do you know what? In my team, we have an amazing team in ITU. We keep each other going. We motivate each other. I mean, during that time, we had many helpers come in to help us who were like, you know, Sophie worked with me that day. So we are all there to bring each other up. It was tough for everyone. So my nights were okay.
That's very brave. I can see you being brave there.
They were the best they can be under the circumstances, and that's the reality of it. It's challenging, but very rewarding.
Fantastic. Monique.
It's so lovely to see you, Michael.